The issue of climate change has reached a critical juncture where urgent action is needed to prevent irreversible damage to our planet. As of 2024, scientists warn that if we fail to reach zero emissions within the next 5 years, the consequences of climate change will become irreversible, with devastating impacts on ecosystems, communities, and future generations. First and foremost, the rapid increase in greenhouse gas emissions, primarily carbon dioxide and methane, has led to a significant rise in global temperatures. This rise in temperature has resulted in melting ice caps, rising sea levels, extreme weather events, and disruptions to ecosystems. These changes not only threaten biodiversity, but also jeopardize the livelihoods of millions of people who depend on natural resources for their survival. Moreover, the warming climate exacerbates existing environmental challenges such as deforestation, loss of biodiversity, and air and water pollution. These compounding effects further strain ecosystems and diminish their ability to provide essential services, such as clean air, fresh water, and fertile soil. As a result, vulnerable communities face increased risks of food and water scarcity, displacement, and conflict over dwindling resources. Furthermore, the impacts of climate change are not evenly distributed, with marginalized communities and developing countries bearing the brunt of the consequences. These communities often lack the resources and infrastructure to adapt to changing conditions, making them more susceptible to extreme weather events, food insecurity, and health risks. Addressing climate change requires global solidarity and equitable solutions that prioritize the needs of the most vulnerable populations. In addition to environmental and social impacts, climate change poses significant economic risks with potential disruptions to supply chains, infrastructure, and industries dependent on natural resources. The costs of inaction far outweigh the investments required to transition to a low-carbon economy and mitigate the worst effects of climate change. Transitioning to renewable energy sources, improving energy efficiency, and investing in sustainable infrastructure offer opportunities for economic growth, job creation, and technological innovation. However, time is of the essence, and delaying action will only exacerbate the challenges we face. The next 5 years are critical in determining whether we can limit global warming to manageable levels and avoid irreversible climate tipping points. Achieving zero emissions requires bold and decisive actions at all levels of society, from individuals and communities to businesses and governments. Individuals can contribute by adopting sustainable practices in their daily lives, such as reducing energy consumption, minimizing waste, and supporting renewable energy initiatives. Businesses can innovate and invest in clean technologies, sustainable supply chains, and responsible business practices. Governments play a crucial role in implementing policies and regulations that promote renewable energy adoption, incentivize sustainable practices, and hold polluters accountable for their emissions. In conclusion, the urgency of achieving zero emissions within the next 5 years cannot be overstated. Failing to take decisive action will have far-reaching and irreversible consequences for the planet and future generations. By coming together and committing to ambitious climate targets, we can mitigate the worst effects of climate change and build a more sustainable and resilient future for all. The time to act is now.